Twitter is the central location, the central hub for wrestling fans to voice their opinions and to make their opinions and their feelings known. And this is important because pro wrestling is about the fans. Now, if you separate yourself from criticism, if you separate yourself from the opinions of the fans, if you're going to partition yourself, your persona, your life from the fans, what you're doing is you're admitting that you're not interested in giving the fans what they want. Once again, for your favorite pro wrestling opinion show, Jags Jabs, I am Jefferson Alonzo Green, and let's jump right into it. It looks like Brandi Rhodes has quit Twitter. She deactivated her Twitter account after some drama with the AEW heels, whatever the hell that is. And here's the thing. The AEW Women's Division is a train wreck. I've covered that extensively. This tournament is a horrible idea. I've covered that too. And AEW heels, I don't know much about it, but it was probably a bad idea too. In fact, anything Women's Division related, aside from the Dark Order, is pretty much the worst thing that they have going for them in their programming. And yet, they keep going. Why? Brandi Rhodes and her ego. You know what? Brandi Rhodes has that go-away heat. You know, back in the day, they called it X-Pac heat, right? But you can't call it X-Pac heat anymore. It's got to be the Brandi Rhodes go-away heat. And you know what she finally did? She went the hell away. She deactivated her Twitter account. And of course, deactivating Twitter is nothing new. Hangman Adam Page deleted his Twitter not too long ago. One of the Young Bucks deleted his Twitter a little while back. Corey Graves on the WWE side deleted his Twitter. And here's the thing. This is a big red flag. This is a big issue. This is a giant warning sign. Why? Because Twitter is the central location, the central hub for wrestling fans to voice their opinions and to make their opinions and their feelings known. And this is important because pro wrestling is about the fans. Now, if you separate yourself from criticism, if you separate yourself from the opinions of the fans, if you're going to partition yourself, your persona, your life from the fans, what you're doing is you're admitting that you're not interested in giving the fans what they want. Yes, I said it. When you're in the ring, you're supposed to listen to the fans and listen to the crowd and react to as they react to what you're doing, to give them more or less of the same or to give them something different. We have to work the crowd. We milk moments. We create bigger moments. We tease the finish. This is what you do when you hear and listen to the crowd, and Twitter is the freaking crowd, especially right now that crowds aren't freaking allowed. And so if you're doing something and it sucks, like the Nightmare family, like the Dark Order, like the Natural Nightmares, now we got the Nightmare Sisters, anything freaking Nightmare, including that craptastic neck tattoo, is just doomed to fail and just suck. AEW fans don't care. AEW doesn't care what the fans think. They don't care what the fans want. They're just going to keep doing whatever craptastic idea pops in their head because it's not about the fans. It's about them. AEW has their core audience. Their core audience are the people who are never going to leave, who are never going to stop watching, who are dedicated and can't wait, but just can't get enough of AEW. I saw a thread today on Instagram where somebody innocently wrote, "Is Jon Moxley boring or more boring than Dean Ambrose?" And about halfway through the comments, they start saying about having sex with his mom and all these other insults because these toxic fans, these stans, if you will, can't handle anybody saying anything negative or anything against their favorite wrestler. Why? Because AEW, the elite, have created this environment where it's all about them and their circle of friends. And if you're part of the circle of friends, you can get a job. And if you're part of the circle of friends, you can make all this money and you can come and be on this show and we're going to have a lot of fun. Isn't it fun? And here's why the fans suck, because the fans think that they're part of the circle of friends. The fans say, "Hey, I saw these guys at PWG and they sold me a Bullet Club t-shirt. Hey, I saw these guys over here in this promotion and they were really cool. I'm part of the inner circle. I see them behind the scenes on their stupid YouTube show. They're my friend. We're friends." So if you say anything about my friends, I'm going to fight you. I'm going to talk about your mom. I'm going to insult you. I'm going to be rude. I'm going to be disrespectful because these are my friends. But the truth is, America, AEW and the Elite are not your friends. They are workers, they are personalities, they are people that are supposed to be getting over and they can't get over and they won't get over because they're too busy doing what? Serving their friends. Speaking of friends, Brandi Rhodes is like that negative, annoying friend. You know, the one that starts selling Amway or Primerica or some crap, and you don't want it, but they keep trying to force it on you, and they try to bring it up like casually in certain conversations. Brandi Rhodes is like that, because first we have the Super Nightmare Collective cutting the hair, right? Then we have the Natural Nightmares managing them, and then we have the Alley thing with the Nightmare Sisters, whatever. And now we have this stupid AEW heels thing. You bury the women's division, and now you want to charge people to talk to the people that are actually interested in your women's division. Now you want to charge them to talk to your fans, to talk to them? Really? Whose idea was this? I think I know. I think it was Brandi's idea. And so when the fans come back and say, hey, this is a dumb idea, or why should we have to pay for this? Brandi gives all this attitude, and I can't find the comments, but I read it, I think yesterday or earlier today, but she was like, screw you guys, you don't understand. She's super negative, and then she got frustrated, and she took her ball and she went home. AEW talent and AEW fans who believe that they are their friends, they're all part of this inner circle, they're all in this thing together, are the result of participation trophies and the everybody wins culture. Little Piper got a 17th place trophy in T-ball. The sucker didn't get a hit all season, all right? That's what we're dealing with when it comes to AEW, because here's the thing, there are no faces or heels. They're all friends, right? We just get together and wrestle and we have fun, and it doesn't matter who wins or loses because it's just fun. Right? It's just fun. We're going to do these craptastic flips and all these dives and all this gymnastics, but it doesn't matter because our friends are in on the joke. Our friends know that it's not real, wink, wink, so it's all good. We're just going to laugh and have a good time with our friends, right? You don't have to have a certain look, or you don't have to have a certain level of talent. You don't have to have a certain level of believability. If you're one of our friends, we're going to bring you in and we're going to try to convince everyone that you have a chance, because this is all friends wrestling and everybody's equal. You get a participation trophy, you get a participation trophy, you get a ribbon, you get a freaking title shot. Meanwhile, you got monsters like Lance Archer and Brian Cage who are just wasting away doing nothing because there's no story. You can't have a monster, you can't have a heel without a quality face, and there are no faces or heels. Cody said it himself. If you think you're part of the friends, you think you're in on the joke, you're going to give them more leeway and allow them more time to do something entertaining, or you're going to sit back and go, hey, those are my friends. I got a couple of friends that run that show on Netflix called The Floor is Lava. Never in my life would I have watched this show, The Floor is Lava, but I watched one episode. You know why? Because I knew my friends were on there, which is what's happening with AE freaking W. The problem is that wrestling wasn't built on friends. Wrestling wasn't built on wink, wink, nudge, nudge, we're all in on the secret. Wrestling was built on tough guys, blood feuds, talking trash, punching each other in the mouth, and making you believe that there was actual animosity and that there was a fight about to go down Tuesday night at the Garden, right? If you look at any of the old matches where they had security and police officers come into the ring, police officers to escort them to their vehicles, police officers around the ring to keep fans from jumping in and killing Jim Cornette or whomever it was at the time, that was because people believed. Now, are these people so dumb that they believed? Maybe you think they're dumb, but they just wanted to believe. They bought into it. And like I said in the last video with this Adam Cole, baby, right, versus Pat McAfee thing, people wanted to believe. And now the WWE has botched that, but that's a whole other story. Bottom line is, if everybody can wrestle and everybody wins, then what the hell are we fighting for? If you separate yourself from the opinion of the fans, you're going to have a tone-deaf performance. And the opinion of the fans lives on Twitter. So if you're not willing to be on Twitter, if you're not willing to hear the fans, and you're just going to put yourself in this echo chamber, this protective bubble of you and your friends, you're going to keep doing the same crap. And you're going to keep getting the same audience. AEW is not making new fans because nobody is tuning in to see the crap that they're putting out. Just the same core audience of people are still watching. Even some of those are dwindling, but those people are watching. Doesn't matter if you got Mike Tyson, doesn't matter who you got. It's the same basic core audience of people watching this because they feel like they're on the inside. They feel like they're one of the friends, and they wink, wink, nudge, nudge that it's all fake, and we can't wait to see what they do next because it's all funny, and it's all meant to be fun anyway. Like Jericho said, if you don't like this, you have no soul. Well, I guess I'm soulless. That's going to do it for Jags Jabs. Be sure to follow me at AKA The Jag on social media. Follow the show at MakeMeAFan316. And if you have an opinion about Brandi Rhodes quitting Twitter, about participation trophies, about AEW toxic fans talking all this crap about somebody's mom and what they're going to do with her and all this other stuff, please let me know in the comments because this crap is getting out of hand. They're not your friends. They are paid to entertain you. And if they entertain you, that's fine. But a lot of us, more and more every day, are hoping for and expecting a lot more. That's going to do it for Jags Jabs. I will see you next time. Take care.